Remember when we was sitting in the county jail and we was on our way to the penitentiary? Remember we sat side by side and we started making plans about what we was going to do when we went to jail because we wanted to get these cuffs off. Remember that? Remember when we first walked into jail and we both were scared to death? We didn't want to show it, but because we was doing push-ups, before we came down here. Remember that? Remember we entered into this community, of the penitentiary. Remember that? And remember we made a decision that we was gonna follow these folks' rules because we didn't want to get hurt. We didn't want to offend nobody. Remember that? Remember we was broke. Remember we ain't had no dough because we had burned all our bridges before we went to jail. It was county jail. We spending up all our money. Remember we had no money? Remember we said that we had to figure out what was the easiest way to get a job. Remember that? And they told us the kitchen. Remember we both went and got request slips and filled them out and put a request slip in to go work in the kitchen for 19 cents. Remember that? Remember you got your request slip back before me? Remember you was like, yeah, I'm going to work, baby, yeah, I'm on now, yeah, man, I'm going to save up, I'm going to get this black and white TV. Remember that? I was feeling some kind of way, you know what I mean, because I wanted a job too, you know what I mean, all that type of stuff, it's cool, all that type of stuff. And I remember I woke up 3:30 in the morning, and because I heard the doors opening for folks to go to the kitchen. And remember you looked up at me, man, you put your hand up and you was like, yeah, remember that? 3:30 in the morning? You was trying to make me feel it. I felt it. It was cool. But I knew I would get a job too. And I got a job in the kitchen right with you. Remember that? Remember we was never late for work? Remember how we never missed a day? Why? Because we know we needed that dough. Remember that? Remember that? Remember how we used to work in the kitchen? Remember how we used to do multitasking type of stuff just to find favor? Remember that? That buck-out stuff? Remember that? I was there, bruh. Yeah, remember that? Remember we was waiting 2 months to get a 2-cent raise? Remember that? But we was bosses on the job, man. We did it well. We did the job well. Remember that? Remember we met with them 5 people, them 5 white people that read about us for 5 minutes, talked to us for 2 minutes, and then told us about our character defects and told us we need to start working on it. Remember that? And remember we decided we was going to do it because we wanted to get the change off. Remember that? Remember how you made a decision when you seen your partners and they was doing that nutball stuff? Remember how you made a decision that you was like, I'm not with that because I'm trying to get back to my kids? Remember that? I seen it. I was there. I watched you. Remember how you used to budget $36.42 a month? Remember that? Remember you had to pay $16.70 for cable. Remember you would get a bag of kite, that's what you did, 16 soups, 1 Slim Jim, a bag of chips, and 1 thing of juice. Remember that? Because they was taking the 20% of your money for the fines and all that. Remember that? Remember how we prioritized what was important? Remember how we had to go to group, we would be at a group? Remember that? Remember we be participating in group with all the knowledge and all the wisdom? Remember that? Remember we thought we was changing and all that? You know how we used to do. Remember you used to send a letter to your girl when you used to say, I've been thinking. Remember that? Remember that you was working out every day? You know what I mean? Remember that you was going to the church every day? You was going to the Muslim mosque every day? Remember that? Remember that? Remember, I seen you shining, man. I seen you handling your business, man. I seen you walk around looking to be trusted, be a leader. I seen you trying to impress folk you didn't know. Remember that? I seen you manage poker games in the midst of killers. I seen you run a store, not miss a dime, because you had organizational skills. Remember that? I'm trying to figure out how is you come out here and your whole skill, your whole set, your whole persona is lackadaisical. You were great incarcerated. Out here, you become an average Joe. What? I'm not getting that. I'm not getting, I seen you deal with issues that would knock the next man over. I seen them when they did what they did to you, partner. I was there when your folk kept dying on you and falling off and they wouldn't let you say goodbye. I seen you there, bro. I seen you make a decision to keep trusting God. I seen you because you was focused. I'm not understanding, bro. When you seen it was deliberate attempt to affect your future. I seen you deal with it. I seen you be strategic about it, and I seen you plan around it because you wanted to excel. Yet you come out here, man, living your life like it was just for nothing. I'm not understanding that, partner. I'm not getting it, man. Why must your greatness be managed? I was there with you, man, when it was the hardest time of your life, man. But you didn't matter. You was focused, man. You made a change. And you came out here, man, and fell apart. They taught you how to make it. They gave you everything and every tool for you to do what you need to do out here. You did it in there. Remember how we used to get up at 6 in the morning? Guess what? Folk getting up at 6 in the morning out here, partner. The same way we did. Remember how we used to be at stationery for work every morning and we was there for pennies? Folk is getting to work at 8 o'clock out here. The same structure we got in jail is set up out here. We should be bosses out here, man, one way or the other. We was cohesive in jail, partner. We looked out for each other. Now we don't act like we don't know each other no more out here. Some kids and some folks that need you out here to be strong. Tighten up. Tighten up. I was there.